This is the Custard TV Podcast.
One of us has a broken toilet, and two of us have perfectly normal functioning plumbing. It's the Custard TV Live, earlier than planned, on a Tuesday. First of all, I'm going to introduce us in order of working plumbing. My name is Luke. I'm the runner, editor, and writerist extraordinaire from thecustardtv.com. Also with working plumbing, we have Matt. Hello.
Don't presume you know about my plumbing, Luke. How do you? You didn't even ask me beforehand. You just assumed I have perfect plumbing.
Well, okay. Let me start this again. Matt, do you have perfect plumbing?
Yeah, as far as I know. Thank
Brilliant.
you.
No.
How are you, Luke? Are you alright?
I'm fine.
Okay, alright. Okay, joke is over. My toilet, I've moved. Regular listeners to the show will know that Gary...
Bowel movement.
Yeah,
and, okay, this evening, his toilet doesn't appear to be working. There's no point of rubbing this in.
Don't make jokes about movements and toilets, Luke.
Yeah,
This
show has already got more scatological in the first 2 minutes than any other show we've ever done, so let's...
So, maybe one thing, you know how a couple of weeks ago we said we'd give out a fact at some point during the podcast. The fact this week is you're actually having to wee in a bucket, are you?
I'm using a bucket to help with the toilet. Let's just leave it at that. A bucket is involved.
You know, we've had 3,000 players.
Maybe next week's fact you could give out your bank account details.
I will.
Brilliant.
Once I've emptied the account of all money. Okay, so if you haven't heard the show before, despite appearances, we are not a plumbing podcast. Oh no, we talk about the best and the worst on TV, and
maybe we could sort of go off into doing a plumbing podcast. Maybe that's a
although some say we do plug television.
That's
from the depths of television, maybe.
Yeah. I feel drunk.
Rinse the toilet bowl that is British television. We are the toilet duck of podcasts. I can't think of any other.
From Sillet Bang.
Okay, so... No, you're Gary, not Barry. I know that much. There's a lot of good stuff on TV, but I want to start by... Now, this is going to freak Gary out, because what we do is we do a little guideline so we know what we're going to talk about and we don't go off on a tangent.
Let's get this right. Who does the guideline? Make sure that we get it right.
It's a we. It's a royal we.
It's a group thing, but it is led by Gary, I would say.
Yeah. Let's go through and look through who actually contributed to this list.
Okay. Let's say again whose toilet's broken.
Should we get on with it, guys? Should we talk about some TV?
Okay, so what I was going to say is, I'm going to go a little bit off tangent. Can I mean, this is podcast, it's not visual, but by a show of hands, who is incredibly bored of ITV so far this year? 2013, been a disastrous year, in my view, for ITV. What are you watching on ITV?
The thing on ITV at the moment is their trailer for the new drama season.
That is exciting, yeah, and you don't know where it's coming. But what we haven't discussed on the podcast yet is the rebrand. What do people think of the rebrand?
As you said
last
week, or in the sort of unaired podcast last week. Was that?
The unaired podcast is the most exciting podcast we've ever done. It's a shame. But what do people think of the rebrand? I'm not one that's resistant to change. I'm the most excited when things on TV change. Does it look a bit amateurish to anyone else?
It looks very childlike. It doesn't. It looks like maybe they ran a competition to get a new logo, and this was the winner by little Jimmy, age 9 from Telford, rather than the thousands that they spent getting somebody to graphically design it.
I like the way it changes, sort of the background changes, sort of per program. I think that's pretty interesting the way they've done that overall design. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Because what do you got Freeview, Gary, or have you got?
Yeah,
what
Freeview,
have you got?
Yeah.
Okay, what have you got, Matt?
We've got Freeview in most rooms. There's one room that has Sky, but I'm not allowed in there very often. So I mainly watch Freeview or watch most of the telly on the interweb.
If you ever go into Sky, if you ever go into the Forbidden Sky room.
Okay, yeah.
Sounds much more. You will notice that ITV now have a little logo at the top of the screen to tell you it's ITV. We don't. This is British television, British
you're right.
terrestrial television. Why do we need that? We don't need to be told it's ITV.
Also on Virgin, Luke, because I went round to a friend who has
is
Virgin.
it? All right.
Just checking Freeview. Hold on, I'm just checking. No, you're right. On Freeview, there is no logo. Is it on
Freeview? You're too poor to see it if you got Freeview.
I'm not sure about BT Vision. I'm not sure about that, but definitely it's got Virgin and Sky.
I'll have a look at TV Catcher because that's the other one that you.
Well, that will have it anyway, I would imagine. But I just think it's unnecessary. I moved from the US, and the US has logos all over their screen for any channel. I just don't think ITV needs it. I think is it a little bit of a complex thinking people won't know we're ITV if we're showing Jeremy Carlin this morning or whatever. It just seems really weird. Oh, okay, it's not intrusive, but it's there, and it annoys me a little bit because I keep thinking there's a white dot on the screen that doesn't need to be.
No,
there.
on TV Catch Up, it does not have a logo.
Okay.
No, you live in a logoless world. So
wasn't he in Lord of the Rings?
I wouldn't know. But yeah, I think I don't even like the pre-programmed bits, like the one with the pug being washed in the sink.
Oh no, I don't mind. I don't mind those. I think it's a nice touch, and they're trying something different with those. And like
Dermot O'Leary got on my nerves a bit because it was a bit too self-referential. It was a bit too. Oh, look at us, we're big. Oh, look at us. Ooh.
Do you know? This is the thing. I think the reason I find it annoying is this is how I imagine Channel 5 would look if they ever rebranded. It's not how I imagine ITV
there's not enough topless women
Channel 5
or Nazis.
rebrand to 5 and then go back to